Hello everyone. My hands look so incredibly tan on this video camera. Anyway, so for today's video, it's going to be an art video, and I wanted to try these color pencils that I got at the dollar store probably a month ago now. I've been wanting to use them in a video just to try them out so you can see my like real-time reaction to them. So I bought quite a bit. There were more sets because these are like sets of different colors and stuff. So I opened this first one. So I got these at Dollarama in Canada, in Ontario. I don't know if they are in stock in every single dollar store or every single Dollarama in Ontario, but I found them in the location that I was at. So 18 colored pencils and in triangle shape, which is my favorite shape of pencil because they don't roll away. And it doesn't really label what kind of colors these are, but obviously they are these warm colors. So I opened this one already, and the price for these were, they were here it is. So this one has the plastic still. So these were $4 each, which if you wanted just a certain set, I think is not bad. I don't know, I'm not a math person. So anyway, yeah, so this is the warm set. I've already taken the plastic off of this one, and there you go. Here are the colors, and this is what I meant by triangle shape. So it's a nice triangle, so if you put it down on the desk and your desk is slightly slanted, it won't roll away, which is great. So this is that. I also got the green set, and then this one is the purple set, or purples and blues, and I feel like this was too similar, but it's basically more pinks. So that's what I got, and I think there were other sets, more peachy tones, but I decided the set that caught my eye really was the green, because I felt like I don't have much green hues in my collection. But we'll see how these go, and I already know what I want to draw today for my member areas on, which is kind of like my version of Patreon. I have been working on these doodles of these new characters. This character is called Strawberry. And then there's Brocco or Broccoli. Her initial design was different. She now has these devil horns, which are kind of the reminders of, you know, the broccoli leaves. When they're wrapped around the broccoli, they kind of look like little horns, or a cape with very, what do you call those? Just a cape with like really pointy collars. Here's another one of her, and there's Strawberry. So I think I'm gonna draw Strawberry just because I've been having so much fun drawing her, and we have a nice pink set for me to use. So I'm just gonna exclusively use the colors in these sets. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the plastic, open these guys up, and I am going to sketch. I'm gonna use the paper that I always use, which is my Canson cold press watercolor paper. I've already ripped it, but I'm gonna see if I can try and draw straight onto the paper without any other sketching. So let's go. Alright, let's open up these bad boys. It's Friday today, and I usually try and have a video up for Friday, either a vlog or an art video. I've been doing vlogs every other week and some kind of art video every other week. So that's what's happening. This is the pink. Oh, there's more steel. Pretty. Alright, here's my paper, my eraser, and my really gross looking push pencil. I've had this push pencil for years. I just really like using it, and I have not been able to find any other push pencils out there, which is fine because push pencils are really bad for the environment, I think, just because of this tiny like capsule of plastic. But so I'm just keeping this, and I'll probably keep it forever, even though the lead has run out. Okay, I also need my kneaded eraser. I like having both on hand, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab Strawberry just for some inspiration. I also have stickers of her right here. These are going to be the stickers for my members area, so if you pledged before September the 1st, it's already the 3rd today, so it'll be too late, but I will have these up on my store eventually. Yeah, so they get these bronco and strawberry. Let's put her here too. Alright, so I want to do a full body illustration of Strawberry just because I enjoy her so much. So let me just try and work here. You might not see all of this all of the sketching just because the pencil is so light. Like, how can you even see that? So I'm just going to go ham. Have you heard somebody say ham before? It's such an old slang. Okay, I want to fit her whole body, so I'm kind of making sure I have space for her feet. And for her shoes, I'm gonna go with like really cute, I've always really loved sneakers, but I also like boots. And she seems to be the sneaker type of gal, so I'm going to give her some sneaks. But I don't know how they're gonna look like. Maybe we'll give her a different pose. Maybe her foot, one of her feet are kind of farther or more towards the camera, if that makes any sense. Okay, that just looks great. Not great, it looks bad. Okay. She kind of looks like horse's feet. I have not drawn in front of the camera recording like this in a while, so it's kind of strange. Okay, I really like big feet just in my illustrations. I think they look kind of fun. Alright, I love sneakers, but I don't know how to draw sneakers. Oh, I saw a sneaker. I guess it's a boot. It was like a boot, but it was obviously platform. But it had kind of like teeth like this, like that, and it was a boot, and it was taller than this, like high fashion kind of deal. Right, that's not gonna work. I just wanted to show you what I saw. Alright, I'm just gonna, okay, sneakers I find have too much detail, so I'm just gonna go with whatever shoe she's wearing in this. I don't know what these kind of shoes are called. And I'll give her a bit of a heel, like that. Back. It's kind of weird how she's standing. It's so awkward. Like her feet are just like that. It's kind of strange. Maybe Strawberry's just a strange gal. I don't know. To move away from the feet for a sec, just so I can move on to the rest of the illustration. I'm gonna continue working on this because I don't want to take up the whole video with me just commentary. I'm sure some of you guys I know really like that, but editing is gonna be a pain. Alright, so that whole thing was not working. This happens to me a lot. I basically have to reset my paper, which means erasing a lot. And since I'm using my final paper that I'm going to be painting on, I really need to, you know, get with it. I don't want to mess up the tooth of the paper. So let's start again. Okay, so we're getting somewhere here. I just need to add her face, which is pretty important. She has really big like glasses, so I don't know how I'm going to be rendering that on the traditionally. It's like, I mean, it's much easier rendering it in ink like this, but in terms of watercolor and color pencil, I am not sure how to go about that. I'm gonna have to either decide if I'm going to actually put in the work in terms of adding her eyes, or just leave it kind of strangely, just lens, I mean. Kind of wanted her head to be larger than this, so I'm gonna attempt. Means her hat has to get larger. And her ears don't really show, but she has ears, yes. Some of the footage did not get recorded because I was not paying attention, so we have jumped into this illustration of Strawberry looking like a saint, like Strawberry Saint or something like that. So we're gonna go with it, see where this takes us. It's her other hand, which I'm trying to figure out. And I guess it's gonna be called Saint Strawberry. And it's funny because her hands are tiny. I do like playing with proportions like that if I can, so. Alright, so I think I pretty much have what I need here. I just have to make sure my pencils aren't so messy. But yeah, I kind of took this pose right here with the legs. And there's going to be a strawberry thing here. I would like to use the green, so there's going to be quite a bit of red, green for the strawberry things. I'm going to add maybe I'll make her hair like huge, like Merida from Brave. Just all the way. And I really like having just her black outfit, but I'm gonna think about how to make that look cute. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll be back. Here is the, sorry, shook the camera there. Here is the sort of final sketch, but I'm gonna clean up my pencils. To make it easier on myself, I did decide to just use my light box and trace the sketch. Plus, I can keep the sketch just in case I mess up this version. So now I can set that aside. I have her all cleaned up and ready to go with a bit of watercolor, and then we'll try out those color pencils. So here she is. She reminds me of like strawberry shortcake or something. I had the strawberries here, but I feel like they could be maybe bigger. What if they had eyes on it? Anyway, I can figure out that detail later, just because I don't need to right now. It's separate from her. So let's do this. Let's start coloring her in. Oh, because that is the point of this video. Anyway, I'm just using my kneaded eraser. Pick up a little bit of the pencil so it's not too dark when I do my watercolor wash. That clicking sound is my table. I guess I need to tighten up some screws. Okay, more than enough. So I have this mixing palette, which I might need. I have my paper towels, and I need my brushes. I'm gonna use these two. And then this is the koi watercolor set I'm gonna use. This is the set that I got for Class 101 that I used for my course. I have a bigger one, but I'm gonna use this since this is out. And look how messy that is. So messy. And some water. Alright, let's start doing the flats. Maybe I need a slightly bigger brush actually. So at this point, I don't know how the color pencils are going to lay on top of the watercolor or the paper itself. So we'll see how that goes. I need to completely make sure that this drawing completely dries before I do another layer. And now I'm trying to debate whether or not she's going to be wearing tights, or that's going to be her skin color for her legs. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with skin color just because I mixed enough of this base color. I don't want it to go to waste, so let's do that. Entire thigh and leg going to be skin or hat. Why did I switch to a smaller brush? Looks like a cowboy hat. I'm gonna do the strawberry that she's sitting on, a slightly different shade of red here. I was pretty close to not filming anything today and just being a lazy butt, but I was able to pull it together. My schedule for work was pretty busy. I was at work for the last 4 days, so usually I have 2 days off, but work was busy, so I needed to come in an extra day, and I haven't worked multiple days in a row for a while, so I was pretty out of it, but I was able to get a good sleep, and I felt like trying these color pencils finally. So I'm gonna mix her hair color, which is slightly orange, and then that's the next surface to lay on, and then I have to think about the color of her outfit. I've laid out all the colors to use. You're probably wondering, Joy, aren't you gonna swatch all these colors? No, because I don't like swatching colors. I don't know why. I think it would help, but I just like to go in. So these two colors look like they could work, so I'm gonna do that. Where's my pencil sharpener? Perfect. Okay, so let's start. And they don't have color names, but they do have numbers. So this one's 34 and this one is 32, and then randomly I'm gonna pick one from the green, and this one is 67. So there's probably a system here. This one is 10. Oh, number 1 is in this yellow set. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna start coloring and see how I feel about these. So far so good, but yeah, I'll let you know. But I'm just gonna keep coloring. Pigment wise, I think it's okay. I really have very low standards for things. I can use pretty much anything, and I'm pretty happy with what majority of products. So as a reviewer, I just like a lot of things. Like so far this is pretty good. Pigment wise it's not as strong, but you can make it work. So let's see, I'm gonna grab this darker kind of orangey peach. Yeah, let's just keep going with our original set, or original color here. I'm gonna keep rendering and I'll update you as we go along. I'm just gonna put on some videos because I really have nothing to say until I cover a bit of her face. So I'll check back in a sec. So here we are so far. You can definitely make these work for you. I'm enjoying them quite a bit. I am pressing a little bit more just because the pigment or the amount of just color in each of the color pencils is not as much as a Prismacolor or a Derwent, but if you are looking for something to get for like a kid who is starting out, or if you're just starting out with color pencils, they're pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them, and you are spoiled for choice with colors. So I just rendered her face for now. She kind of looks like a frog. I don't know, just because of the eyes, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just gonna keep on rendering, and I'm excited to see how the hair is going to turn out. I'm just enhancing her cheeks a little bit because I really like her cute little round cheeks. So yeah, I am going to continue working on this. I'll probably increase the amount of pupils because her eyes kind of look creepy, but I kind of like it at the same time, you know. So yeah, so far so good. And I'm using a mixture of the warm set and the pinks so for now. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on rendering here, and the colors really blend quite nicely actually, so pretty good, pretty happy. I've never really been dissatisfied with cheaper color pencil brands. The cheapest color pencil brand that is still a good brand is Staedtler. I was able to buy like a set of 32 or something for less than $20, and those are one of my favorites as well. Sometimes you don't want too much pigment or too much waxiness because it can be hard to control, but so far so good. I'm going to continue this, and I'm actually going to charge my camera battery because it says it's dying. So, I don't know if this is obvious, but I like to work on, you know, similar spaces at the same, or similar content at the same time. So I'm trying to say like skin. I'll finish the skin first, and then I'll move on to the hair, just because at this point I now have so many color pencils just standing around. I don't put them back in their little tins, so I have just so many, and I'm starting to forget which combinations of color pencils I've used for shading the skin in. So I'm just gonna try and finish as much as I can. I already worked on the eyes and the lips, so there's some reds already in my stack of color pencils that are just hanging around on my right here. But I'll try and make it as, you know, similar as possible. And yeah, I find that the colors between the very similar colors don't really have too much difference. You can make the difference on yourself by pressing harder or layering a little bit more, but obviously there is a limit to how much you can layer a color, because that can either damage the paper that you're using, because the Canson color paper or watercolor paper that I'm using is a little thick. If I press hard, it's going to press down onto the paper, and that can change just the way it feels when you're going to put another layer on top. So I just really have to think about that, but so far so good. Again, I'm spoiled for choice with the amount of color pencils that I actually bought from the dollar store, and yeah, so far I'm having quite a bit of fun. Okay, so I finished her dress here. I just used black. And then now I'm like thinking about finishing up her eyes because I don't think I'm gonna give her any eyeshadow. I usually do that. You know what? I can't help myself. I'm gonna go green. Let's see if there's already a bunch of color on there, so I don't know how much this is gonna show because yeah, okay. So I'm definitely pressing pretty hard and there's not really much color, which is fine. It still looks really cute. It's like she has a subtle green eyeshadow look going. So I'm gonna spread that over the rest of her eyelid. And I'm pressing quite hard, so I'm really pushing into the paper here, but that's okay because I'm not gonna render this part as much anymore, so it's fine if it gets a bit ruined. It looks a bit yellow, so let me try and grab a darker green. Still looks cute though. Just at the edges. I think that's fine. And then I'll take my black and I'm gonna just go over the eyelashes, and I'm gonna add actual eyelash ticks. I don't know why I decided to go with this kind of coloring of her hair. It's okay, but I feel like I could have went with a different technique, but I already did a bunch of it before I could really stop. Alright, let's not go overboard there. I tend to go overboard sometimes with eyelashes. Okay, I'll darken her eyebrows a bit more. And her face is pretty much done. I don't know why, but it looks like she has a fedora on. Let me finish the sleeves and then I'm gonna move on to her hat and the strawberry. I'm kind of nervous for that because I never really rendered a strawberry with color pencil before, like with its seeds and everything, so we'll see how I do. But I am pretty happy with the quality of these color pencils, despite the fact that they do need a little bit more pressure to get some pigment, but again, overall happy. But my bar is pretty low, so just keep that in mind as well. Let's start with her strawberry hat. I have this number 28 red, and I have a picture of a strawberry on my screen right now, so let's just do it. Let's just, sometimes I find that the little seeds are so much unless I do it right, or I don't know. I am afraid, pretty much. Oh, and I was gonna say, I'm not a monster. I do check the colors. I don't swatch every single one before I work because I would forget, so I just have a piece of paper and I swatch what the color looks like at that time, but alright, so I'm just gonna lay down a base of cute red for her fedora strawberry hat. And in terms of smudging, like usually my hand here would be full of, if I'm using Prismacolors, there's a little bit of pigment there, but I'm not too worried about it. And I will sometimes pull out a piece of paper to shield the drawing so it doesn't smudge, but since this is just for fun, I don't think I'm too worried. So I think the bottom of her hat will not have any seeds on it. I'm very scared. I'm very scared about the seeds. It'll just be the top of her hat here. What do you call that part of the hat? Saint Strawberry. Alright, okay, so let's grab a darker kind of red. I think I already have it here on my side. And I'm gonna start drawing a seed. The seeds are like green, but I'll keep it kind of, okay, darker maybe. Like a brown. If I just use black. I'm just going with the lighter colors before I move on to making the seeds black because I am afraid. Alright, so let's just randomly pop in some little strawberry seeds. here. You don't want to go too far. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'm gonna take my black, just add a little bit more color. Okay, now take back my red, and now I can work around these seeds because these seeds do dip into the berry itself, so there's that little like pit that happens. I'm gonna add another one right here because okay, I'll just continue doing this. Whenever I see somebody render a strawberry in kind of like realistic, in a realistic style, I'm always so impressed because I'm like, that looks like a strawberry. I just gotta go step by step. So far, I haven't messed up yet, I think. Okay, so I created those little pits around them. Now I'm gonna take a darker red, if I can find it. That's purple. This is good. And then let me see if I just shade. See, you can't really tell a difference with this one. It's darker, but not in the way I want. It's more purpley than red, which is fine. It's too late now. I like to be able to, I don't want to just stop after I've used the color because I want to create consistency. Your eyes can still pick up if I had stopped here or something, so I'll just have to continue forward. Never look back. No regrets, you know? Okay, let's grab a red that I want. I grabbed all the... See, this red is way too light. But I've already put it down, so I'm gonna add a bit more. It does add a little bit more of a bright red. So let's just keep going. Cool. Maybe make the seeds a bit darker. Actually did not leave any highlights for the strawberry, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab actually this purpley brown color. And just pick some spots to shade. Camera can't really pick up that, but it's okay. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to finish the strawberry at the bottom and the rest of the details, and then we're pretty much done this illustration and done testing the colors. Although I didn't really touch the blues, I should really try some of the blues, but that's cool. Okay, and darken the rest of her hat. And this is probably important to mention, but the color of the lead itself is different from the color of this color they have here, so I generally don't trust it, but I'm so lax with a lot of the art supplies that I use that I don't really care, because every time I do use it, I swatch it anyway if I'm not sure, or if the color is, if there's a specific color I really want, I swatch it before I use it. So like, these are just like rough guides for me, but if you're somebody who really relies on that, then this set is not that accurate. Like, look at this. So this is the peach color, or peachy orange color, and that's the lead color. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. That's the color of the lead, and then the color at the bottom, so it's like darker than that. But yeah, I think I've watched some art videos where they review sets like this, and that seems to be an important thing, which makes sense. But for somebody like me, I really don't care. I don't know if this is helpful. It reveals a little bit more about my art process. I don't care about many things except gouache. Maybe gouache I care a little bit more about. But once I found acrylic gouache and how it dries right away, I really don't care again. So I guess specific things I care about, but in terms of color pencils, I can always work with whatever I have. And I always get pulled into fixing her eyebrows when they're fine. Okay, so that's pretty much how I'm going to end. Wait, if I add a little bit of black, would that help? Not really. I find that the reds in this set look very similar to each other when they lay down on paper, so but it's okay. Well, let me do this, the little thing, the little green patch of the strawberry, and then I still have to think about what she's like floating with her hands. The greens blend really nicely. Like, look at her color. I think that looks really nice. I put a little bit of yellow towards the top, and the colors do blend really well together, which is nice. So some dark green, and then I'll do yellow again because I really enjoyed that addition of yellow. Near the bottom, right there. And I think I want to go a darker green, so I'll pull out a darker green. Alright, I'm going to do the strawberry. I'm going to do the same technique as I did with, it's not the red I want, with the hat. So, I'm just going to do that. Okay, we're almost towards the end here, and the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the strawberries that are floating on her, on either side of her. And I think what I'm gonna do is they're gonna be like open. Oh, we got our, actually this is the third break, so 3 breaks of a pencil is actually not that bad for me. And this was probably my fault because I bent it and actually broke it, but I've broken a pencil at least 3 times doing this illustration. Using Prismacolor, I would have probably done like 5 times that. Prismacolor breaks so much, so that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm not going to do any watercolor base for the insides of the strawberries just because I don't want to pull out my watercolor set again. It's just right beside me, but I'm lazy. So I'm going to do the inside of a strawberry, and if I thought the outside of a strawberry was hard to do, the inside is even harder and more complicated. I'm trying to think of other fruits that have complicated insides and outsides. Oranges, easy. Kiwis, easy. Pineapple, easy. I'm struggling to think of fruits. Blueberries, easy. Dragon fruit, actually easy. Papaya, easy. Jackfruit, I don't actually know. Oh, that's hard, actually. Anyway, so I'm just doing like a nice pink for the beginnings of the flesh. And then let's do the same thing for this guy. Size-wise, they're about the same. I don't think strawberries, I mean, I like strawberries, but they're not my favorite fruit. Although this summer I have been eating more strawberries, and for some reason I've been liking them more. But my favorite fruit is pineapple. I think it's the best. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's grab a darker pink, I think, and then we're going to do the middle. In the middle, it has this slit of, it's more red, but I'm going with the pink. Okay, right now it looks quite suggestive, but that's okay. We want layers in our illustrations. We want stories that are told. Alright, now I'm gonna do the outside. Better red, please. So the red I just pulled out has a bit more orangey to it, and this one is actually more red. And so I guess I'm liking that one more. Okay, so just the edges here. Maybe the inside actually. It's hard. I'm looking at my reference right now, and no one strawberry is the same inside. It's kind of looking like it. Okay, let's do the same thing, same treatment as this guy. Okay, I'm going outside the lines a little bit. Okay, just making my strawberry bigger every time I make a mistake. And then I'll do the same thing of red in the inside of this and stretch it downwards like that. Okay, let's grab an even darker red. I think. I'm testing it. It's slightly darker. Let's go. I just want to do the very outside edges of the strawberry. Just like that. Almost an outline, really. And do the same thing for the other guy. I wonder if I should add like seeds on the edges. Okay, let's grab our pink again. This is an even lighter pink, and I'm just gonna go make it a bit more pink. I don't know how much the camera can pick that up, but that's what I'm doing. And the strawberry has like little things here. I don't know how much detail I want, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know how to describe these, but it had like little striations or something going from the outside in, like that. Not even in frame. I'm pressing pretty hard. So that's the fourth break. But does that count as a break? Usually my pencils break when I am sharpening them. And my kneaded eraser can pick up the colors pretty well too. Just like that. It's starting to look like a strawberry. I just feel like the outsides need more. Like darker. Maybe I even pull out a black. Oh. This is what happens. I'm pressing quite hard. Oh. Wow, this is actually splitting. Sorry. Keep hitting the camera. It's actually splitting. I need an eraser. Pick that up for me, please. Okay. Alright, okay, so let's darken the inside a bit more because I'm obsessed. And I think that's really it. I want to just push the outside even further. Maybe just do a nice dark outline with this purpley red, so it's way darker. There you go. And then I will add the little stalks of green. Looking at the reference photos in terms of, oh, there's actually, so this is called the pith, and then the flesh. Let's grab the black and see how it looks if I just add a little bit of black. Yeah, the cross sections in the reference photos don't really show the seed, so I'm not going to go ahead with that. I'm gonna darken the inside a bit with black too. And now we add the greens. That is all, folks. So this is what I came up with the Dollarama color pencils that I got, and I noticed that if I did not pick up the green set, I wouldn't have any black anywhere, and I really need my black color pencil when I'm doing eyes. I just find that it's the best. I could have probably used like a very dark purple or a very dark blue, but if I did not pick up the green set, I would not have any black in this illustration. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I had a lot of fun using the set, and yeah, I pretty much can work with any art supply, so, and these are pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, and this is how it turned out. I had tons of fun. I feel like I could have done better with the hair. I don't really know what I was going for. She has very long hair, and her hair is a bit more pink than it is orange, but this is what it turned out like. I did have so many options in terms of colors, but I really just went with the orange for some reasons. But anyway, this is strawberry. I think I rendered the strawberries really well. I was quite nervous about them, so that's how the one at the bottom turned out. I'll include some nicer up-close shots at the end of the video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I had tons of fun playing around with these Dollarama Studio brand color pencils. And I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.